I'm going to talk a little bit about Steel Hunter. And basically, this video is going to be more of a criticism in that I don't like playing this game mode. I will explain to you why. The reason why is because the strategy for the game is makes the game not fun at all. And I mentioned this the last time I played. I haven't played it this time. Uh, I don't remember, it's like 30 players per game, and you got to be in like the top 6 to get whatever the token is for the potential to win a prize. So the strategy is to just run and hide the whole game. Then you become top 6. And you want to do your upgrades. You're running around doing upgrades. And you spend the whole game getting upgrades for one battle. And it's like, why did I spend all this time? You've got all these different options, all this different armor, reload, guns, mobility, and you get to pick, you get to make the decision as to which one you want, and then you get one battle that's over in like 30 seconds. And it's like, why did I go through all this? And I usually play this vehicle, which is called Arlequin. It's not a fun vehicle. It's very difficult to drive, but it's fast. That's the reason why. It's because I play the strategy to avoid battle. And I've played these other vehicles, and you can play with the strategy to try to earn points by taking enemy tanks out of the game, which does work. But it's like I said, I just felt that the game wasn't that fun because any investment that you make into the game, you lose when the game is over. When you play something like random battles, you have an ongoing investment. You're leveling up your crew, you're leveling up your vehicle, going up the tech tree. There's various missions and prizes. You don't really get that so much. The rewards with Steel Hunter are not that great. Game mode is not that fun. I kind of like the original Steel Hunter more, which was a long time ago, where the upgrade for the vehicle would be another vehicle. You would go from like a light tank into a medium tank and then a heavy tank. And that was what the upgrade was. It was a lot simpler. And I was really good. And I always was near the end of the game. But then the other thing is, one of these vehicles, I believe it's the Raven, is way overpowered because it has this trap mode. And what people do is they play this vehicle, they go and hide in the middle of the map, because that's where the end of the game is going to be. They have the trap, they have it ready, they park where you can't shoot them, and then if you try to go near them, they turn the trap on, and then they defeat you, because you can't reload fast enough when you turn on the trap. So this vehicle is the vehicle you play if you want to be the winner every game. And it's like, the strategy is too simple, and everybody plays the same strategy. Like I said, at the end of the game, I see the same strategy over and over. And those guys are, they're sitting there. They're not playing the game the way it was intended. What they're doing is they're exploiting the mechanics of the game, in my opinion. They're not really using a skill. This is just way too overpowered. And some of these things, like Recovery Zone or Minefield, they're a lot more difficult to use. So it's hard to get a benefit. Like the airstrike, I try using it. It's extremely difficult to drop an airstrike on a vehicle during combat because chances are they're moving. So that's why I'm not crazy with this game. When you look at something like Frontline is just way better, and I think that Ranked Battles is way better. And they're just too slow to make changes. I mean, they've had this for a couple of years now, and they've had many weeks of Steel Hunter, and how can they not know? And if we go tell them, probably the first time I played the game, I told them I want to play with my own crew, and I want to play with my own tanks, they don't care. If they allowed us to play with our own crew and our own tanks, I would be way more likely to do it. And if you get the battle pass, and if you get all the rewards as with random battles, then I would say it's a good replacement for random battles. But they do too many modes that are that draw you out of the random battle pool, and that's why the game modes are not popular. So Steel Hunter, they need to make major changes to it, and I doubt they will. Wargaming, unfortunately, they make a lot of not so good decisions. I don't know why. See, they're trying too hard to have the concept of upgrading while you're playing the game, and it just doesn't work. The concept of upgrading your vehicle with all these airdrops is a failed concept, and they have to do a major change to it. Either fewer drops or a longer game might be one of the options, or you get to keep your upgrades for a future battle, but then everything you do is going to be not fair. So that it's just it's a system that doesn't work. Or the upgrades have to be smaller, but then no one's going to want to go after the upgrades. So the whole entire system is, like I said, when you play the game, this is a tank game. You're supposed to be fighting, but what a lot of players are doing is they're searching. So it's really not so fun. Okay, so if you have any questions or comments, please post below.